Alright guys, good morning. So, it is Wednesday, which is a 2-hour early dismissal. However, I am not in today, so you guys are going to be working on modeling quadratic functions on, there's an assignment posted on Brightspace. The sub should have passed out these two papers, quadratic keywords, and then one that has the assignment for today, which is a bunch of different tasks. So if you go into Brightspace, you'll see 2.9.22. Right? Go to Practice Problem Handout, and it's going to say type the equations into the Desmos graphing calculator and paste the graphs onto the slides here. At the end of the period, download a copy and submit it in the assignment below. So the assignment is going to be down here. You're going to press go to assignment and then submit it in there. The slide template looks like this. It's going to ask you to make a copy, and then once you have a copy, it just says quadratic functions practice. Put your name in here. Gives you the instructions again. Basically, what I'm looking for is for you guys to post your graphs in here for all 10 tasks, or as far as you get in the period. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started with what this is going to look like. So the first question is task 1. Your nephew is standing on his deck, which is 4 feet off the ground. He tosses his toy up into the air at an initial velocity of 7 feet per second. And the equation is h equals negative 2t squared plus 7t plus 4, which models the toy's height, or h, in feet from the ground at t seconds after he threw it. We're asked to find how high the toy is after 1 second, the maximum height of the toy, and how long the toy is in the air. The first step is we're going to graph our equation in the Desmos graphing calculator. So if we go to Desmos, we open up the graphing calculator, and then we type in h equals negative 2t squared plus 7t plus 4. We're going to get this graph. Okay, then we're going to go up here, export image, and we're going to take a copy of this image. Then you're going to put that in your Google Slides, and that's part of what you'll submit. Now back to the questions. So we're looking to see how high the toy is at 1 second. So if we remember, our x-axis is time, and our y-axis is our height. Okay? So after 1 second, that puts us here. How high it is all the way up here. And if we read that, that's around 9. So after 1 second, the toy is 9 feet in the air. Now the next question is, what is the max height of the toy? Now for this one, we're going to look at where the max height of our quadratic is, which is at the vertex. So our vertex is when the object is at its max height. Our x value tells us when we're at the max height. The y value tells us how high, or what our max height is. So if we go back here, we're looking for how high it went, which is our y value. So if we go all the way up here, we can look and we can say, okay, the max height is about 10 feet. Alright? Because that's our vertex, or our maximum. If you want to be more particular about it, we can go into the Desmos graphing calculator and click up at the vertex. and we're given a number. Oh, I put a 5 instead of a 4. And we're given a number of 10.125. Alright. So it's about 10 feet. The last question is how long the toy is in the air. So if we look at this graph again, when the toy hits the ground, it's no longer in the air. So when the toy hits the ground, the time that it hits the ground, or the x value when it hits the ground, is how long it was in the air. So when we look at this graph, we see it hits the x-axis right around 4. So after 4 seconds, the toy is no longer in the air. Alright? So you guys are going to continue working on this for the rest of class. There are, I think it's 8 questions in total. So work through all of those, and we will go over them on Thursday. If you have any questions, see me and or on Thursday.